Hello students, this is Mrs. Lakshmi Deshpande. Today, let us take up the lesson The Gardener. The Gardener is written by P. Lankesh. P. Lankesh is an Indian writer who has written in Kannada language. His story, The Gardener, is a narrative of human competition that turns into rivalry, thanks to greed. The writer has adopted two different modes of narration. The writer sets the tone while the character Tamanna narrates the whole story. Is there difference between competition and rivalry? There is a very thin line between competition and rivalry. As long as it is a competition, we learn new things, we learn to appreciate the qualities of others. The person is a competitor and not a rival. But when hatred and unhealthy competition develops, it becomes rivalry. In this story, an old man takes up work on a coconut farm near Chennai Patna after walking several hundreds of miles. He was a laborer, overseer, and philosopher all rolled into one. This well versed farmhand was very useful, whose work made the income of the garden improve dramatically. The small thefts that were taking place in the farm stopped. While he worked hard, the owner changed his lifestyle. He became crowded with colorful events in the company of new friends. When the landlady was in a fix, the gardener narrated a convincing story to make her understand the reality. The old man wanted to console the landlady. He wanted to convince her that all this, the change, whatever has taken place in her husband, is quite a natural human tendency. To convince her, he narrates a story. In a far off place, once there was a man called Tamanna. He had everything: 10 acres of wetland, a comfortable house, people ready to do his bidding. The most important among all his possessions was his rival, Sangoji. After proceeding this far, the old man started fumbling for words as though he had committed a mistake. She was listening. She felt like going away, saying, "All this is none of my concern," because she was not in a state of mind to listen to any story. She was worried about her own life and her husband's life. However, unwilling to hurt the old man, she continued to sit there quietly. The old man went on. No, his name was not Sangoji. It was Basavaya. He expressed his amazement at how facts take on such varied guises when they are narrated as fiction. It means he wanted to fictionalize his own story. Let us assume his name was Basavaya. He was Tamanna's rival. If Tamanna bought 4 more acres adjacent to his land, Basavaya also followed suit. If one had 10 friends, the other acquired 15 admirers. To begin with, All this looked like healthy competition. However, gradually it rose to such a pitch that there was no land left in the village for them to buy. All land belonged to either Tamanna or Basavaya. Tamanna had 1000 acres and Basavaya owned 800. Basavaya could not tolerate this. He sent word to Tamanna asking him to sell 200 acres. Tamanna did not agree. He was prepared to buy all the land that belonged to Basavaya. Basavaya was mad with rage. He went along with his people and acquired 200 acres of Tamanna's land forcibly. A fence was built around that land. Tamanna could not tolerate this invasion. By now, the quarrel between these two had sucked in all their supporters. Tamanna was advised by his supporters about the various means available for getting back his land. There was court of law. One could also take recourse to the police. If you did not want that, there were many number of persons ready to attack Basvaya. These were the advices given by the well-wishers or the followers of Tamanna. One said that he could go to court. Another said there are so many people who can attack Basvaya. And such a war had become virtually inevitable. Somehow he had to take his land back. But Tamanna was in search of a method that could annihilate Basavaya completely. Because all these methods or all these remedies were not enough to defeat or destroy Basavaya completely. So Tamanna wanted something which could annihilate or defeat Basavaya completely. He hit upon the idea of composing all his experiences in the form of ballads and singing them. Tamanna had a talent of writing and singing. He wanted to use that. Now the rivalry between Tamanna and Basavaya started moving away from things that were visible towards an invisible abstract domain. Tamanna knew that Basavaya cannot compete with him in this field. So he started writing all his experiences, the cruelty and meanness of Basavaya in the form of ballads, and he started to sing them in and around the village. Basavaya had no answer to this. He also tried to sing but could not. He performed his agricultural tasks so diligently. This too was no answer to Tamanna. Tamanna's reputation started spreading all around. His songs started making a mention of Basavaya's cruelty and his meanness. Scholars of folklore were after him. Critics started analyzing and translating his songs and thus earned their share of fame. Basvaya helplessly watched all this, consumed by anger. He encroached more and more into Tamanna's land. Tamanna did not notice any of these activities. Art had become the raison d'etre of his life. Raison d'etre is a French word which means everything in life. He was felicitated as the best poet of his times. Basavaya shrunk in humiliation. Basavaya did not know how to answer. Basavaya did not know what to do. Nevertheless, he started filling his life with all kind of material wealth. See the human tendency here. Somehow he wants to satisfy his jealous, his humiliation. So he started to fill his life with all kind of material wealth. He got a palatial mansion built for himself. He appointed a number of persons just to praise him. Look at that. People started to praise Tamanna. People started to praise the work of Tamanna, his singing, his ballads, his art. People started to felicitate. He started to become famous. Just to compete with him, Basvaya went to the extent to appoint people just to praise him. He bedecked himself with gold, diamonds, and other precious stones. But his house looked dull and empty because Tamanna's books were not there. That is what the visitors told him. Tamanna belongs to your village. Tamanna is your own person. And how come you have a huge mansion, a very good library, and there are no Tamanna's books? This is what the visitors told him. Therefore, he started inviting scholars, poets, and musicians to his place. This was his way of investing his home with meaning. Let us stop it here today. Let us continue the remaining part in the next class. Thank you.